Hello. So, topic being now growing up as trans or knowing you're trans or yeah, whatever. About that, I would say I'm one of those boys who always knew I was a boy. Um, I mean, I think we have this is quite a telling story, I think. Um, but we have this one picture, except for my 1 year picture that we took, but like one photo other than that, where I'm wearing a dress. I don't know where that photo is at the moment. I think my mom has it somewhere, but I look so furious. I look so pissed off in that photo that it speaks a lot to me in that way. I haven't seen it in like forever, but yeah, I was pissed off about that and wearing a dress that is not probably having my photo taken, but having my photo taken wearing a dress. So yeah, and as I've at an older age gotten told the story behind that more than just seeing it, was that they had to struggle really hard to get me to wear that dress. I don't know how old I am. I'm like 2 or 3, something like that, and they had to like persuade me, and they just put it on, took one picture, and then I got to take it off, and they got that crappy picture where I look really pissed off. But yeah, so I have these stories that I tell when people ask me about this, so I can tell them now to you. I'll share these same stories that I share with people. One thing is that when my mom was pregnant with me, the doctors told her she was gonna have a boy. So yay, doctors! Doctors being right. But it was a bit more complicated than that. But still, yeah. And background to that was that my mom's dad, my grandpa, died, and my dad's dad, my other grandpa, also died during the year she was pregnant. Well, it wasn't the whole year, but the same year as she was pregnant with me. So, yeah, I know basic human facts that people aren't pregnant for a year, but yeah. So yeah, but yeah, so she because of that she was had a lot of testosterone in her body because she was angry a lot over that. Um, Sad and angry, I guess, but the doctor said she had a lot of testosterone in her body or something during her pregnancy, and that it would be a boy because of that. And yeah, here I am. So you can put whatever trust you want to do in these things. You know, I don't think my granddads made me a boy, but maybe I've never met them, so either of them. But yeah. So that about that. Mm, what else? Yeah, I have this third story. These are not now in the right order because I started with the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. Another thing, the third story that I usually tell or mention is when I was about 5, I think 4 or 5, I started correcting people. I don't know. I think I have been correcting people for a very long time, but mom usually says that when I was about 5, something like that, I tended to correct people when they said, "Oh, what a cute little girl" or something. I was like, "No, you missed. I'm a boy," and that's just directly translated. It's not that I suck at English. It's how I said it when I was 5. I was like, "No, you missed. I'm a boy." So, and also, I'm not sure whether my mom and dad knows about it or not. But when I was um, without my parents, or people like my older brother or stuff, like with just some friends, and if we met new people or like new kids somewhere like in a park or something, I introduced myself with a boy name. And it was usually, I think, Oliver that I used. I've always liked that name, and if you follow me on Tumblr, you might see that it's recent. It's at the moment, right now, it is Adams might want his middle name to be Oliver. That turned out to be really difficult to say, but whatever. So I'm thinking about putting that in there, which I mentioned in the name video, but that is not at all related to the topic. But yes, so I've always known, and I think I have this strong memory also of I was like 11, I think, somewhere like there when I told a classmate, or I asked a classmate, a girl in my class. I don't know how, just kids tend to do this, tend to do weird things. We were somehow talking about boobs. I don't know how we got into this subject, but um, this girl on my class, she was like excited about the fact that she would one day have boobs, and whatever. And I said, I think I actually said, if I do get boobs, I might want to have them cut off, or like, that's what I said probably, but like what I meant was surgically removed, not cut off with a, I don't know, a sword, or something. But yeah, I have a spoon in my like lemonade because it didn't want to mix with the water. But yeah, so but yeah, I did go through some sort of like there's something wrong with me phase when I was like, when I started to become a teenager, I think, yeah, around that age. um, I'm really sucky at what age and what date or what year it is usually when something's happened. I'm quite okay with knowing what date it is today usually, but yeah, anyways, so yeah, around that time I was like, because when this is really rambling, sorry, but I realized I didn't really like start that off probably, but yeah, but because when I was younger, when I was like in kindergarten and in, is it middle school in America, like before I was a teenager, whatever, um so before that, kids are just kids. Everybody was okay with me being one of the boys. Pretty much everybody except one of my teachers in like, or it wasn't even a teacher, it was our school counselor, had a problem with that, and some of my teachers, so that ended up in me having to go see a shrink. And this shrink, which we didn't really talk much, my mom went and talked to some lady while I was with this guy like playing air hockey or something like that. So yeah, a really good shrink. So yeah, so he like told my mom, and the woman that my mom talked to was like, well, obviously your child has no problem with who he is, or is very sure of himself, so it's just the teachers and whatever school's problem. So yeah, oh my god, I need to fit things in and it's running long. Yeah, so, but when I was like early teens, I got into the like, there's something wrong with me, I'm supposed to be a girl, am I really don't feel like a girl, and but everybody keeps saying I'm a girl and whatever, and I have wrong body parts and whatnot. So, but that was just like a period of my life which was really weird and really like depressing and sad. And I laugh when I say it, but I can't really relate to it anymore because it's quite far away, um, quite far back. So yeah, but anyways, so yeah, but then I found out there's this term like transgender and transsexual and whatever, and then I found like a place to feel home. So Or I found a term for what I am, so to speak. I mean, I got back to feeling me again. So, yeah. But I'll cut this video off now, even though that feels a bit like I'm cropping it off. But yeah, on to the next one.